There are the skies. A bit menacing, but not too threatening here, as we haven't seen much of any precipitation, and we do have some blue skies way off in the distance there, here in Lewiston. We still have 2 games we got to play today.
Can we wave it in?
Yeah, right. That's
This
what
way,
I'm trying.
this way, this way.
If we're following Old Glory's lead there on top of the scoreboard, I would think they'd be coming this way.
Yeah, that's pretty much where the weather comes from, is right field, so it's a good thing.
Cesar Avila back out there for his 6th inning of work. Talking about the bullpens, that was a thought I had just before the end of the last inning. Last night, Patriots threw 2 pitchers out of their bullpen in Cooper Morgan and Chipper Korbacher, their closer, if you can call anyone a designated closer these days. Guy that has the most saves, I guess I should say, on the field. And then William Carey also threw 3 pitchers as well. And we see a strike. Andrew Shira got the start for William Carey. And then it was Bobby McGee in relief and Luke Lissette. Avila's been working well. He's been working, I want to say efficiently in terms of getting ahead, but his pitch count is getting up there. Again, pitch counts here at the NAIA World Series can creep into the triple digits semi-regularly, so I don't think he's running on fumes here, especially given the fact he did not pitch yesterday. But all of a sudden he falls behind 3-0 to Jake Lissette leading off here in the 6th. That one's in there for a strike. Lissette in this game struck out and flew out, I should say. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Crusaders will go 3-4-5 in this inning. Lissette, Preston Ratliff, who had a homer in his last at-bat, and Bailey Hendon. Pitch. This one's chopped over the third baseman's head. Lissette, a big turn, and he puts on the brakes there, but it'll be a base hit as he just drove that one into the dirt, and it got up over the head of Petrie.
Usually you see things like that you want to do on artificial turf and get those kind of hops, but that one just no chance for the third baseman.
You see that a lot at the nearby colleges of Washington State and up at Gonzaga, but here on a grass field, not as common, but it works just the same. So that puts a man on for Preston Ratliff, who has the biggest swing of this game so far, a solo homer out to left field his last time up. Avila starts him off with a strike.
Second inning in a row that William Carey has put their leadoff batter on.
We talked about the stranded runners being a story. The Crusaders have left one out there on the base paths in each of the last 4 innings. Avila works ahead here 0-2, trying to get Ratliff, would be a big first out. But Ratliff comes back and serves it into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles to start things off here for William Carey in the 6th.
Starting to see some action now in the Cumberlands bullpen.
Yeah, getting up and getting his tosses is Caleb Plummer, right-handed reliever.
Vila approaching 100 pitches. He's got 95 so far.
Good chance here for William Carey. Bailey Hendon at the plate. Remember, he does have a home run in the World Series. Came last night. Big swing there. Was looking for number 2.
Story about him is the official roster turned in by the coach misspelled his last name, and so that was up on the scoreboard for a bunch of times, and then somebody caught it and said, no, it should be this. So they changed it for that at bat, and what does he do? He hits a home run. So at least it had the right name up for him when he hit his home run.
He was showing his approval, sending it out of here.
Yes.
It was a homer out there to center field. So.
But Bobby, not a good sign when you misspell the last name of one of your players. Yeah.
Hey, it happens in a couple times in 39 years. Oh, he goes down looking here. Avila able to grab the edge of that zone, says Jeremy Hosier. Big out number 1.
Like you said, nice pitch. I know he didn't like the call, but that's too close to let go.
It felt like it was running as well. Had a little bit of run in there, and also a good job behind the plate by Muniz to hold it there. So now 1 on, 2 out. High fly ball, left field and deep off the bat of Coffey. This one is out of here! A 3-run homer!
Wow. That changes this ball game really quick.
My goodness, Braydon Coffey said hello to the bleachers out there. Deserved celebration.
He hammered that pitch, and you could see the way the left fielder turned around and was going to the wall. That ball was gone.
His first home run of the year.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Great time to pick.
On the biggest stage of NAIA baseball. My goodness.
And you know, like you said, he's not the regular catcher, so he's in this game, and whether it was a gut feeling or if it was just because the game was late last night and you want to give your normal catcher a break, but a good call with him in the lineup.
Here's Caleb Laird trying to extend the good inning. This one runs outside. Looking at Coffey's numbers, coming into the World Series, he had appeared in 28 games, was batting .304, so a good batting average. As 2-0 count here to Laird. That one's in there for a strike. No home runs. He had driven in 16 runs. Wow. This one's hit foul. Some stunned Cumberlands fans here. You know, it kind of feels like there's a couple of players every year at the World Series who have a moment like that.
Yes. And what a time to pick it, too.
One that comes to mind last year was a game between, well, it featured Bellevue of Nebraska. Here's a swing and a miss. Jake Soroy, he had a two homers in the span of 2 days. One that kind of came out of nowhere. I remember it was a 3-run homer as well. As here you see Caleb Laird striking out as Avila able to come back and get the punch out, but the damage already done here. And it just, this, don't want to get too overly poetic, but it's something about Harris Field, man. There's a energy to it. There's a magic feel to it. Here's Rigoberto Hernandez, who made that great sliding catch in foul territory out in the field. On the day, he's 1 for 2 with a single. Fouls this one off. Oh, 2. Pitch to Hernandez, fouls another one off.
It's one of those you have to wait and either run into the coach later or reading the paper tomorrow. Why the change in the starting lineup with the catcher, and what do you see?
Hernandez keeps his good day going. Now a bit of a misplay out there. He's going to end up at second. We'll see if they score this a single or a double, but regardless, he is out there at second base.
Called it a single and an error. Right fielder.
Yeah, I feel like that's a right call. You get a look at it. Hernandez hits this into right field, and just a bit of a misplay out there by Trent Prokes. Bounces off his glove. Now we're going to have a mound visit. Believe this might be the end of the day for Cesar Avila. We'll hang out here, see if they make a pitching change, or this just a mound visit.
Well, I imagine they would like to get him out of this, if he can get out of this jam. let him get out of this jam and let him finish the 6th inning. But
I
he's up to 108 pitches.
I believe, I'm not sure exactly, but I believe that is pitching coach Willie Poe. Yeah, no mound or no pitching change here. That would be Brad Shelton going out there. I believe that is Coach Poe. I'm not 100% sure. So at the plate is Gerard Williams, dropped down a sacrifice bunt his last time. Actually, it looks like they're letting Hernandez, now that I see it. He's taken a few jogs out there. Maybe might have tweaked something heading into base. He looks to be all right. I saw the mound visit happening. I didn't notice that Hernandez was getting looked at. Thankfully, he seems to be okay. It's good to see because he is just having a wonderful game. 2 singles, could have been 3 for 3 if not for just a little bit of bad luck. Maybe the best defensive play we've seen in this game so far.
Yeah, you really kind of wonder if he didn't hurt himself a little bit on that defensive play.
Very
and
could,
just kind
very
of
could have
tweaked
well
it
have.
a little bit, you know.
Williams into right field. Hernandez now is going to make the turn and head home. Here's the throw. It's in time, and they got him. Trent Prokes fires from right field, makes up for the error just a batter before, and ends the inning. But not before Braydon Coffey, with one swing of the bat, turns this game on its head with a 3-run homer here at Harris Field. Getting a look from the top of the Lewiston grade here that looks down over the LC Valley. A really cool place to stop and, eat a sandwich if you're making a long road trip and just take in the sights, Bert.
Yeah, there's an old rumor that if you look at the start of a Disney movie, that view from up there is kind of what the start of the Disney kind of thing is. It's not correct, but, Walt Disney's wife is from Lapway nearby. So that kind of added to the lore of the story, I guess.
I never knew that, and this is why I like doing games with you, Bert. I always learn something. So
it's just interesting. Yeah, so Walt Disney's wife was born in Lapway, and if you look, next time you watch a Disney movie at the start, there's kind of 2 rivers kind of thing, but that's not it. It's really not. It looks like it a little bit, but it's not.
So after Ben Snap is retired on the ground out to the shortstop, Trent Prokes has this one hit him. It's his 2nd time he's been plunked in this game. Prokes made the great play to end the top half of this inning, throwing out Rigoberto Hernandez from right field, which has kept this deficit now at 2 runs. If you walked away from the TV for something, Braydon Coffey in the top of this inning hit a 3-run home run, which put William Carey all of a sudden on top 4-2. Bert, I'll ask you, if you're in that Cumberlands dugout, all of a sudden you find yourself trailing. It's not too late, but not that many outs left to work with. How do you adjust?
Well, that's what we kind of talked about in the pregame. As the pressure suddenly becomes on, what you have to do is just get those. It's easier said than done. You've left 7 people on base, so it hasn't been a problem getting the hits or getting on base. It's just getting those runs in. So you don't change anything, but sometimes you start pressing more as the innings get later and things like that, swinging at pitches you shouldn't. It's tough because all of a sudden it becomes more individual ownership. I got to do something in this situation. I got to make something happen, and then a lot of times that takes you out of your game. You press and you're not swinging the bat well, and you get frustrated.
That one misses to Caden Petrie, who nearly had a homer back in the 3rd inning. It drove the outfielder all the way back to the wall. So over there at first is Prokes. And again, with the home runs that we have seen from the Patriots, there's a strike in there. 141, the most in all of the NAIA teams this season. They are not far out of this game, believe that. but I have to credit Dario Herrera on the mound for William Carey. He has been excellent today. 3-2 outside. He's missed now, allowed 2 free passes on a hit by pitch and a walk.
We talk about that because what it is, if you can't get a double play here, you've got Mr. Home Run waiting on deck.
I believe we're just seeing the first stages of activity down there in the Crusaders bullpen. But like you mentioned, Bert, danger here as the lineup turns over. Christian Thompson comes up. Thompson, and now we will have a meeting of the minds out there. See if, I believe this is for a pitching change. This looks like just your run-of-the-mill mound visit here. Get things squared away, get the defense squared away. Everybody's got to know what they're doing if the ball's hit to them.
And like you said, they just got somebody up in the bullpen, so kind of a little bit more of a delay of getting them some tosses in and let them get a little bit warmed up.
Over there in the bullpen, I believe that's Preston Ratliff. Ratliff, the designated hitter, so obviously he has nothing better to do out there in the dugout right now. If I recall, Ratliff is a two-way player. Yes, he has made 15 appearances this year, so I think he also pitched last year at the World Series. More on that in a minute. Meanwhile, big at bat here with Christian Thompson. Thompson reached on an error.
With the last 2 batters being hit and walked, I got to think if you're Thompson, you're getting, you have to take a strike. Make him throw you a pitch.
Thompson has already walked once today as well. Herrera may have lost it a little bit here. 2-0 with 2 runners on and 1 out. And the dangerous bats of Muniz and also St. Clair and Harper waiting later in this inning.
Up to 85 pitches in this ball game.
The pitch. That one misses as well. It's 3-0.
Boy. 1 pitch away from loading him up. For Muniz. Boy, if you ever want to come up with in a big situation with your home run hitter.
Herrera able to find the strike zone with that one. 3-1, and now I'm with you, Bert. I think I'd take here as well if I'm Thompson, unless it is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you might be looking for your pitch, and if it's not your pitch, you're taking it.
Herrera ready. 3-1 pitch. Misses high, and the bases are loaded now as Christian Thompson becomes the 3rd free pass of the inning. It was a quick out and then a hit by pitch and 2 walks, and I believe that'll be the end of the day for Dario Herrera. Bobby Halford is going to his bullpen. We'll take a break, come back, and meet our new pitcher right here on SWX. It's a good one, a 4-2 ball game, but Cumberlands has the bases loaded when we come back. Dario Herrera getting hugs and high fives as he heads to the dugout. He did his job in this game, but right now he's left the bases loaded, and the William Carey Crusaders have made a pitching change, and it's for somebody who was already in the lineup. Preston Ratliff, who is the designated hitter, now takes over Bert as the pitcher.
Yes, in 15 games, you see his stats there. Used all in relief, 2-2 record. Coming into a huge situation here, bases loaded. That was 36 walks in 30 innings pitch. He's got to have his control, especially with the man he's about to face.
Yeah, Charlie Muniz. 4 RBI short of 100, and if you total up the number of Patriots on base, you know what he's thinking. Well, Ratliff does have not only experience pitching, we saw 30 innings, but he has pitched in the World Series. When they were here last year, William Carey, he made 2 appearances and pitched 3 innings. He misses with his first pitch here, so already ahead is Muniz. big moment. The pitch from Ratliff. Pounds the zone there with a strike. Patriots with the bases loaded down 2. Spikes this one. Great play behind the plate by Braydon Coffey, who has the 3-run homer that put the Crusaders on top, and then just saved a run there by blocking down that pitch in the dirt.
I think the catcher's hurt.
Is he all right?
I think they're
looking at that hand.
Yeah, I think the umpire signaled over and said, you guys need to check him out.
And you know catchers always seem to be the toughest guys on the field. You know he wants to stay in this game, but...
Yeah, he doesn't really want anybody to touch his hand, though, right now. Yeah.
Which is hard.
Yes, it's hurting me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he wins the argument. He's already walking back to the plate. You weren't taking him out of this game, not after he has his team in front. Here's what happened. Yeah, came in and he was making the block. It looked like he kind of hit up on the wrist area. So that's smarts, but Coffey remaining behind the plate. Meanwhile, a 2-1 count to Charlie Muniz. And the pitch. Right there. Might have been the one. It's a strike. 2-2. Ratliff comes set, and the pitch swung on, fly ball deep out to left center field, and it is gone! It is out of here for a grand slam!
Wow, that's the first thing I've seen for a long time.
The 100 RBI man strikes and puts his team right back on top with a 4-run 4-bagger.
Well, we talked about don't beat yourself. A hit batter, 2 walks, load the bases for the NAIA leader in home runs. And he just showed why he's such a dangerous threat. Wow.
Well, it was going to score 1 even if it stayed in the yard, but it just kept carrying and was out of here.
I thought maybe he got under it just a
That's
little
what
too
I
much,
thought.
and it was going to be a long fly out.
Like we mentioned, Muniz only recorded his first hit of the World Series last inning, and then his first home run just a few moments ago. So officially on the year, his 35th home run, 100 RBI. My goodness, what a player. Evan St. Clair trying to add on as all of a sudden the Patriots back on top. We have had a roller coaster 6th inning. It was Braydon Coffey for the Crusaders hitting a home run to bring his team from a deficit to a lead. And now Muniz has answered.
That was impressive. I honestly did not think that ball was hit that well.
Well, it came off the bat. I knew it was going to be deep enough to score a run, so I was checking down to make sure the runners were tagging, because with the home run from Preston Ratliff, who was on the mound earlier, he took 2 steps out of the box and knew it. Braydon Coffey had to run his out, didn't know if it was going to get out, and same with Muniz. Wasn't exactly a no-doubter. Here's another fly ball. This is going to head into left field, where Stinson will record the out. So second out of the inning. Boy, how do you not love the NAIA World Series, huh?
Yeah, this is a great ball game. I mean, punch, counter punch here.
Max Harper, 2 for 3. Couple of run-scoring singles in this game. This one runs in and hits him.
And unfortunately, both starters now out of the game, and both of them pitched well, but it's not going to look like it when you say 6-4 ball game right now, and certainly more runs probably ahead.
Yeah, that's real tough for Herrera, because if William Carey is able to get out of this game clean, he only charged the 2 runs, but now all 6 will go against him.
Actually, the 5 will go against him.
Yeah. You're right. 5. So it's John Boy Rittenhouse at the plate now, with runner over there on first base. That's Harper.
Did anybody go, well, did you take them over there? Where were you? No. Oh, you didn't take the kids over there? No. They all went over.
And that one bends in there for a strike as well from Ratliff. For Ratliff, just the 4th homer he'd given up all season. Came in an impossible spot, it felt like. That one misses the strike zone high.
Well, we went to Oakland.
Well, if you're William Carey, now you just got to keep it a 2-run ball game. You got to get out of this inning and get your bats back going.
Right, as this game has proved, two runs is nothing.
Yes.
That one's in there for strike 3, so Ratliff retires the side on the strikeout. But in the bottom of the 6th, the NAIA's best home run hitter does what he does best. A grand slam to put the Patriots in front 6-4. Still a lot of game to play here. We'll go to the 7th here on SWX. It's the NAIA World Series.